Hello and welcome back to the Dundee YouTube channel, and today you join us with one of the most exciting cars of 2025, and it's not the new M5 or anything crazy like that. It is in fact the Hyundai INSTER. And small cars like this, which offer quite a lot at a great price point, is always an exciting proposition. And it's kind of part of a new segment, the likes of the Dacia Spring, that small electric car that's perfect for driving around town. And in this video we're going to talk about what it's actually like to live with and talk about 7 key things you need to know about it. To begin with, let's talk about prices and specs, because this is where it's really good. So the Signature is the entry level, and that costs €18,995, which is insane. It's about €175 a month on PCP, and it comes with a lot of spec like heated seats. However, you can also get the Elegance, and that has the likes of parking sensors. It also has a heat pump and a bigger range, which we'll get to in a little bit. That's going to be about €22,500. So as it stands, you're getting a gorgeous car for about 22.5 grand. In terms of range and battery sizes, this is actually another reason to go for the Elegance, because the standard Signature, that comes with a 42 kilowatt hour battery. However, the Elegance has a 49 kilowatt hour battery, and that has a WLTP range of 360 kilometers, which is absolutely tons. And when you consider this car is kind of designed to mostly drive around town, you should have enough for more than a week's driving. So to drive the INSTER, well, actually, first of all, when you're in here, it's a lot bigger than it looks. You've got tons of headspace, the seats are really comfortable, the position is really nice, and on top of that, it's actually quite quick. When you put your foot down, being electric, it's very responsive and quite pokey. Around town, you certainly feel like it's very much adequate. I have found, truthfully, that I find myself getting a little bit bullied a little bit on the road, which I know sounds weird, but it's the likes of, I don't know, if a car's coming, they'll try and pull out in front of you, more so than they would if I was in a Santa Fe. Additionally to that, it actually drives really well on the motorway. You've got all of the goods that you'd expect in a high-end Hyundai. So you've got your lane keep, your adaptive cruise, and it works fabulously. But you're in this small little car. The regen, when you slow down, that can be adjusted through these paddles here. So you can find you're actually using very little of the brake pedal, which I quite like. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but you can turn it off. But as a whole, I have to say, I've really enjoyed driving a small car. It fits down little alleyways, it fits into absolutely every car parking spot without any difficulty. The turning circle is quite good, you even got a reversing camera. It really does satisfy everything you need when it comes to modern day driving. Yes, it has the annoying beeps when you break the speed limit, but so does every car. And yes, this little thing is monitoring me, and when I look away for too long, it will tell me to look back at the road. But again, these are real world things in pretty much every new car. Now, in terms of styling, obviously it is subjective, and I invite you to leave a comment below and let us know what you think. However, I really like these front lights here, the nice circular motion. And then if you do go for the higher spec, you go from a 15-inch alloy wheel to a 17-inch diamond cut, which looks really, really nice. You also get these roof rails. They're like utilitarian, give it a bit more presence on the road. And I definitely think that's something it has a little bit over the Dacia Spring. But my favorite angle is actually the rear. These lights, they kind of pay homage to one of the nicest designed cars in recent years, the Ioniq 5, which is nice and functional. Now let's check out the boot. Now, it's not massive. In fact, it's 238 litres, which isn't huge. There is a little bit of storage down here for your charging cables. Another reason to go for the Elegance, and I know I feel like I'm pushing it quite a lot, but you can actually get the seats that push forward a little bit on a rail, which means it'll go over 300 litres, which does increase it and makes it a bit more practical. You can also fold down the seats and it goes to over 1,000 litres. Now the interior, this is where it's really quite unexpectedly good. So the first time I ever drove this, I arrived to launch in a Kia EV3, which is a really nice electric car, and it has kind of a very similar tone in terms of the fit out in here. And I was quite surprised that despite this being substantially cheaper and being a substantially smaller car, it was very good. So what I really like is your infotainment system's up there. You've also got a display in front of the driver here. You've got your climate control with buttons, which is absolutely class. Same with your volume. Then up here, you've got a USB-C charger, a USB charger, and a 12-volt socket. That is really thinking ahead. There's also a wireless charger down here on the Elegance model, which is lovely. The steering wheel is nice. You've got some different driving modes which you can adjust, and there's some cup holders down here. It's a lovely place to sit. And actually in the rear, it's really spacious. There's tons of headroom, and as a whole, it's very practical. Even got some ISOFIX points in there. The only negative I'd say is it is a 4-seater car, so there's 2 seats in the front and 2 seats in the rear, and that's it. So in terms of chargers, this is where it gets very exciting because it is located here at the front. And this might not seem like a big deal, but it makes a massive difference in the real world, because something like a Volkswagen ID4, the charge port is located where a petrol pump or a petrol cap might be. And the problem with that is a lot of the charge cables are really short, so to stretch them around your car can be a bit of a nightmare, and often you end up waiting for another car to pull out, even if there's another charger free. Here in the front, you just drive up, plug it in, you wait about 30 minutes and you'll go from 10 to 80%, and then you close it up and off you go. So in conclusion, my thoughts on the INSTER is it's a brilliant car. If you're thinking about going out and buying one, I'd actually say go for it. It will not disappoint. Couple things to bear in mind though, I would go for the Elegance higher spec. I just think it makes a lot more sense in the real world. It will also, I suppose, that increased price, if you're buying it monthly, it won't make a massive difference. And also down the line when it comes to resale, I suspect people will be a lot more keen for the higher spec. The one car I would maybe consider buying over it would be a Renault 5. It is a little bit more expensive, but I think it looks a little bit more sporty and it's a little bit more engaging to drive. However, this is still quite fun to drive. It's up to you, let me know in the comments. But as a whole, I have really enjoyed my time with it, and it is an extremely impressive car. And I don't know how Hyundai have managed to make it so affordable, but I commend them for it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to search for Hyundais for sale, you can hit the link up there. But that's it for now. See you soon.